Okay, so I haven't heard from Jawan. Last time I heard from him, I texted him and asked him if he slept, and he said not really. And then I was doing the video, so it was like an hour later, and I said, why not? And then I said, sorry, I was doing a recording. But I haven't heard from him. But he said he had to drop off somebody at the airport. I don't remember when the flight left. 11, maybe? I don't know. It was late. I don't remember. So I haven't heard from him. This stupid toilet. Sometimes it just... I just went to the bathroom. But sometimes it just runs for no reason. I don't know where. And I don't know why. And I just flush it again. And hopefully it stops. Anyway. So then, Rob is still at the airport. He explained that somebody knows works at the airport, and he used to work at the airport, and apparently they have passes. Like if you work there, you have a pass to get on a plane, but it's first come first. No, it's the people who have delayed, and had to be moved to another flight. They get the first option, or the paying customers get the first option. So if it's full, you're gonna have to wait for the next one. If it's full, you're gonna have to wait for the next one. So he got over the intercom. It said Dallas full, not intercom, over the walkie-talkie. And since he used to work there, he used to have the planes come in and then take the luggage out and then clean the planes, and then they have to tow the plane to a parking spot, and that's their job. And he did night shift, so I don't know what the difference was, but he did night shift. And so does Jawan. Jawan works night shift. Rob is a solo tattoo artist. Anyway, so I called Rob, just check on him, because he's in the airport. He's at the airport, and I feel bad for him. And so I was like, well, it's getting late, and I'm about to take a shower. So, I'll talk to you later. And he's like, that's what you're going to leave me with? I said, yeah. Obviously, that's not what he was wanting. But yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm not going to pretend I'm just not. But anyway, so there's another guy. His name is Harry, and he is on his way here just to see me. He said he needed to check off some boxes. And I said, what is your boxes? And he said, one, I have to make sure you're not a dude in disguise as a female, because apparently that happens a lot out here. He doesn't put much energy into online dating because he's catfish and all this stuff, whatever, which makes sense. So he just posts some pictures, and that's it. And his other checkbox was to make sure she got some junk in the trunk. When he said this, I was over there, and I was in the dark. This light wasn't on. And he said, you didn't change it off. You didn't laugh. You didn't do nothing. What's that about? I didn't say nothing. And then he said he wanted to hang out tomorrow. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah. Well, I forgot that Jawan said we were going to hang out tomorrow. So I said, no, I have something going on tomorrow. Tomorrow's not good. I can do it Saturday. He's like, tomorrow's not good? And he said, what's going on? And I told him that I had the Life Coach Accelerator Training Challenge. That's in hours, from 9 to 10. But it is happening tomorrow. He said, it's all day. What else you got going on? Why are you so damn nosy? Like, that's none of your fucking business. It's not. I'm not going to tell you. If I say the day's not good, the day's not good. Like, I'm single. And I'm not fucking all of you. I had sex with Jawan, but it wasn't we had an intimate moment, put it that way. It lasted very long, very short period of time. He said it was because he was hard for so long. He said he got hard when he was on the porch. Then was hard all night. And then it was like almost noon, when it happened. So he come quick and he didn't really fully erect. Because I asked him, were you able to go all in? Instead of implying that he really didn't go very deep. Like I was just trying to turn it around so it didn't seem like I was blaming him or making him feel bad. And he said no, he wasn't fully erect. I was like, oh, well, it's good to know because you didn't hit my spot. Same. But no, I'm not planning on sleeping with it. Like, no. We can chill. We chill on the porch. But JC said that I need to put cameras up in here. And I do have a little bit of money. So I'm going to buy cameras. Even if they're not hooked up, JC said. It doesn't even have to be hooked up. Just them being there and they don't know if they're hooked up or not. You know what I mean? The second guess shit. He said if you had one in your room, Nicholas wouldn't have been like, take it. He'd call me a virgin and all this stuff. Like I was just supposed to take dick. Like they didn't really let him, but yeah, that's, like he wouldn't have done that. I don't think. If there was a camera. So I'm gonna get cameras. Anyway, so this guy, that was his boxes. Make sure I'm not a transgender, and if I have a fat ass. I didn't say anything. I didn't really change my expression or nothing. And then I was sitting in my chair, and he was like, yeah, I can come over. I'll come over tonight and, just meet you, and then we can do something on Saturday. And I was like, okay. I said, how long are you going to stay? He said, well, I have to work tomorrow. Good, because if they stay the night, then they want to spend all day with me. Like, usually. Like, it was kind of unusual that he wanted to leave around 1. You know what I mean? But I think he wanted to get some sleep. But even though he said he didn't really sleep. Yeah, I told Ashley about the cameras. And she said you could get cameras. I don't think she understands that a ringer is a camera. Anyway. So I'm going to meet Harry. But Harry works at a dispensary. And he gets samples all the time. A lot of edibles. I don't really like to eat. I don't. So edibles never really seem to do anything. I have an obsession with inhaling shit, which is not a good thing. Probably why I vape so much. That's what I told him. But I said I really don't like to get spacey. He said he doesn't either. But he just seems like a very shallow person. He does. But he has a connection to weed. Not that I want to use him, but yeah, he has free weed. And he gives it away. And he has flour. And it's the legit stuff. It's not the stuff that Tim gives me that's like Kansas weed. At least it doesn't change my eyes red. There's pictures that come across the TV. And I don't even know where those memories come from. But my eyes are red. Here, weed doesn't turn my eyes red. And he would have the good shit. The shit Tim gives me tastes like dirt. It does. JC even bought me something and was like, here, smoke this. And he's like, I'm getting tired of smelling that shit. Because JC likes the smell of weed. But he didn't like the smell of some cheap-ass weed. He wanted to smell that good shit. Anyway. I just keep replaying in my head. Like, there's reels on Facebook that I watch. Or have watched. And there's this guy that's always preaching to females about stop trying to save these dudes and all this stuff and date them all. So he says, date them all. All right, babe. I'm not dating them. To me, I'm just meeting you. I'm meeting you, introducing you. That's not a date. To me, that's not a date. I'm just getting to know you. You know what I mean? That's, I guess I can consider it a date, but I don't see it as a intimate thing. A leading to, definitely leading to something. No. I just want to meet you. See who you are, see what you're about. Maybe we can go from there, maybe we don't. Or we can just be cool. And you can just give me weed. And there's another guy on here that knows about creative designing stuff for your own business, like online. And he's creating a business about it. I said, that would be really good to know. So, you learn from him. I don't know. We'll see. I can't get too many in the mix because it's going to be just complicated as a motherfucker. Because right now, nobody knows about anybody. Except Juwan knows about JC. But no, nothing else. I'm single, and I know how to be silent and not show facial expressions that show shit. That's why people get thrown off. Like, I was on the phone, and I was thinking, what time is he gonna leave? You know, and I was just thinking about that. And he's like, you're thinking about something. What are you thinking about? And then he was really curious about what the accelerator training is, and he said, that sounds very intelligent type thing, and he just wanted to know about it. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not. I just don't feel like explaining myself. I don't like people knowing my business anymore. I don't. I'll let you mind wander. I have no problem with that. As long as it's not disrespectful to you, you know. But I don't plan on having sex with anybody else. I really liked Juwan. I really did. I do. I really do. He's very insightful. Very intuitive. He didn't mind answering my questions in depth. You know, like, he was very open, intelligent, well-grounded, you know, like, yeah. And he's very attractive. Like, the picture that he sent me, he just looks so dark. I looked at it again, I'm just like, damn. But in person, it's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, he don't look that dark to me. And then seeing our skin next to each other is, I like how it complements each other. I do. Anyway, I don't know what time that dude's, he said it takes like 30 minutes to get here. I don't even know where he's coming from. He said, hey, I'm going to your house. And I was like, where else are we going to meet? You know, what time is it? 11:30 at night. You know, I said, you probably shouldn't meet people at your house. You really shouldn't. They even tell you that. Don't meet people at your house. That's why I'm going to put cameras in my shit. I'm going to put them on the porch. Everything. That is what I'm going to do. So, it's not like I can legally drive. You know what I mean? Like, if I really don't want to be in trouble, like, Juwan was like, oh, you're a risk taker. Because I told him I wasn't supposed to drive. But I met him at the pool. Because I know you're not supposed to meet people at your house. You know? Like, and I didn't really think I would like him. Because I thought he was really dark. Like, really did. But just getting to know him. And his smile looks so white compared to his skin. Even though we talked about that. Because I saw a commercial. And I said, you know, why do people worry about so superficial things? You know, like, he said, well, you know, maybe it's a big thing to them. I'm like, well, that's a good thing that can be a big thing to them. Like, you're worried about your teeth. I'm worried about my central nervous system getting right again. You know what I mean? I was worried about being able to eat. You know, the basic things, being able to sleep. And you're worried about the color of your teeth. Not the fact that you have them. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. Each its own, I guess. Yeah. All right. Talk to you later.